into here, and they've paid a waterway, and then they're going to move into here, and they paid their final lock over to Reds. Now, interesting. Let me just cargo fees, so per die. So yes, this is going to be a costly round for these companies. I'm just figuring out who, just reminding myself who actually pays for this. So for each die on an incomplete, for each die a company leaves, it's £5. Oh dear. Yeah, so the company, whoever has the cargo, is going to be paying it. So the group of ships, slot 2 per die. Oh my days. It's per die actually, not per pip number, so it's per die. So for example here, Reds is going to be paying 2 times the 1, so that's £2 per die. I guess this little symbol below shows that. I should have known better. And Reds have got an important choice then. At the moment that's with 2, so they're not exactly wanting to move that into a 3. And Reds are in a 1 here, so but that gives them more money by coming out. They're going to be paying 4 there, even though yellows are going to be paying more. Do they want to just leave it there? Well, what's available? We've got a 3 and a 2. I think they might just be selfish and take care of themselves here, and maybe shift that one, because yellow's going to face the brunt of this, and I guess in a 2-player game it's tit for tat really, and they're going to be taking the brunt of that one. Now, some important notes: you do have to move every single one if the game allows you to, even if it's not relevant to you. You still have to move ships. So we'll take this one, which is going to give us 3 and 2, and as well you can move other people's ships, even if there's nothing on yours, which kind of confirms what I just said, that you have to use the actual total amount of movement. So 3 and 2, and a red. Let's just get this one out. So this is a lock. Now let's show you what happens here. So on the board you can see the pip number is going to pay out the company. So Reds here have got 8 in value, so 8 goes from the bank over to Red's company, which is very much going to be needed. These dice then go, where do they go back? I think they go back in the dice pool. And this ship, so whoever's ship it was, gets to take, depending on the size, one of these cards. And this is a 2 size, you can see 1, 2 and 3. And that person who runs the company has a choice to take money, in this case free money, into their own personal supply, or they can take this card. Now I'll go through what these cards are. So you'll see that I can't remember the names here, but these captains, they are valued from 1 to 5 going downwards, and they tend to be all about movement of stuff, which you can see 5 would be massive now for moving, some of these ships along haste speedily. The middle ones tend to be focused on loading extra stuff, and you can see half price on the cost, which, thinking about it, is perfect for what we need now. We're going to take that one. Now normally you wouldn't look at them what I've done, but they are kind of all the same. I'll show you what they all are. So you can see -3 and half off them. So let's take that one, and then finally the end ones are similar, or exactly the same as these ones you start off with. And at the end of the game, though, you can only choose 2 of your best ones from them. So there's a host of these, but you look through the whole deck there and pick which ones you want. So there's loads of different ones, and there's a reference on the back of the rules as to what they all are. So we're gonna take this one here. Remember, these are secret normally, but I'm going to put that face up. We've sneakily hidden our other one as well. Okay, so rather than take the money, which would have been free into our own fund, we're going to take that card because it reduces our cost, which are just about to come up, which for Red is going to be fairly costly. And this ship now goes into this holding area, ready to go back on a journey to deliver cargo through one of them spots there. Okay, we've still got some movement for Red as well. Now let's move this one. So we're going to spend one of these waterways to move into here. So we've moved it from a 2 to a 3, so we definitely want to spend that last lock to move it into here. And we'll leave it there because it's only going to cost us 1. We've got 2 more. We could Is this $4? Right, we're gonna just take a little bit of money. Now this isn't. We can do this once per turn again, so we're gonna move this little one into here, and that's one of our military ships, which we have one in value. Remember, 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, and we take 1 coin as our personal supply for moving a military ship. And that was, oh, did I move that down already? I think I moved that. Oh no, because we moved that from there, so that's that. We've got one more. And you know what? I'm just going to help yellows out slightly and move this into here. So we've spent our final one. I would have had to do that anyway, and I certainly wouldn't have wanted to move that into there because it would cost me slightly more. And that was red, wasn't it? So yellows have got the last dice at the end of the round, and they've got a 3 and a 1. So 1 and a 3. What do yellows really need to do? So that 2 can come into there, that's needed. This one's only paying 1 at the moment, it's going to go into a 3. This is the cost. This is going to be costly for them. But they've only got one waterway, one lock. So you can see the difference in these really is vital. So, but they get to push them, which is nice. So we're going to do that. So we spend this one lockway, and this one, because it can't fit in here, they're going to push it, and it doesn't cost anything extra. So that's actually being pushed into there. So they've made a reduction from 3 to 2 and 2 to 1, which is very nice. Well, we're happy with that. And they can't unfortunately get that one into there because we've run out of that option. Now yellow can't move that one as well, but yellows have got Europe symbols. So let's figure out what we've got. We've got this one, that one can't move, that one can't move. We've got no more waiting around. So I guess they may as well. They can't, but they have to use them. So they're going to have to actually move this ship here unless they move a military ship. And they can move a military ship. So we're going to move this military ship Europe into here. And we've paid one of these, and because we moved a military ship and it's Europe, we've got 2, so we're going to get 2 coins. Annoyingly, I've not got the denominations. Let's split that one. So yellows are going to get 2 coins to their personal supply because that little meeple symbol for that, but we've still got 2 of those waterways. Now, I forgot about we had this one down here. So, oh no, but it's a 3. Ah, that is... Or could we move... We could move this ship, actually. Even though it's not going to get us... Yes, I think I've just figured it out. Even though it's not... Because we can legally move this, I believe. Well, we're not going to get paid out for it. But that's not our priority at the moment. We kind of just need to use these symbols up. Let's do that. So we're going to move this in here then, which is going to, and it can't fit in there on its own, so it's going to push everything out. So that's now pushed into here. That's pushed into there. That's pushed into there. And that's pushed into there. And we have spent one of those. And because it's East America, we haven't got any tokens on that. And equally, we did get paid out for our military ship once per turn, so we wouldn't have got paid anyway. Can we do anything sneaky? Oh, we could move this China one as well. Let's do that. We'll move the China one into there, and that's our last symbol. Otherwise, I would have had to move that into there, more expensive, or this into there, and that is... Oh, but that would have made it more expensive for my opponent, because it would have been free that... Oh, I didn't spot that. Ah, well, I've moved the military ship anyway, if that is what you can do. Okay, so that is all the actions then. What you do now, I'm going to grab the end around. So you would look at the rail table first at the top here, and there's only yellows in this case. And yellows, you let's just assume, let me just take a few dice. Let's just assume this was the case. There's a 2 there and a 6 there. I'll remove those. It's whoever's got the most value. So 6 on the red would be first, so they'd go in here, and they get to determine player order, which would then swap around. But in this case, it was only the 1 on the yellow. So they're going in. They're going to be first player. And these would all move along into here. You get a free token from one of these. So let's just say they really wanted... They probably want to spread... Let's just say they took a Europe because they're all about those military ships. Or you can see on here, if they'd filled this column, you can move those dice from the blue to the grey and vice versa for zero cost as well. So maybe they would have really wanted to take one of those, or if they'd have took, the China one particularly, would have got to buy a share as well because dividends are about to happen, but they haven't really got much personal supply. So there's a few things you want to think about before you choose one of them tokens. The next thing we do is cargo fees. So we are going to, let me just get the exact page just so I can get this right. You're going to be paying the fees per dice. So let's start with yellows then. So they got 2 dice at 1, so that's $2. This one, that's going to be $3. 4, $5. They've got none here. Yellows have got, so another 2 dice at 2, so 5 plus the 4 is $9. None here, and they got none here, and they got none in there, or yellows, aren't we? We've got none on our contract cards, so $9. Not too bad. Over to reds, they've got 1, 2, $2 so far, $3, and they got no more weight in there or there, nothing in the warehouse, so only $3. That really wasn't as disastrous as I thought it might have been. Wow, that worked out okay, actually. I think a lot of these movements of things pushed the values down massively. And, you can already see that the red company paid a lot less than yellow. And also, we managed to shift them out of the right places. Next thing you do then is pay dividends. So the yellows, I've got a yellow and a red. And yellow's going to pay them free. So strangely, that's out of their own. But this goes into their personal supply. You can see the little meeple at the top. And red is going to pay them free. And then the same for these guys. Red's going to pay them. Oh, I need to split that money. Red's going to pay them free, and yellow is going to pay them free. So the money, the money in the yellow company is running thin. Which would, if there was no money there, it would be up to the personal supply to do that. And if there wasn't enough in the personal supply, you take one of these loans, and I'll show you one of these because I'm pretty much nearly finished the round. It'd be $10 you'd get, and you'd have to pay 15 at the end of the game from your personal supply, which is costly. Okay, so we have paid dividends, and then you would. One player receives the managing director award. So you'll notice these 3 awards from round 1, 2, and 3. Whoever's highest up on the share track will get that reward. Not actually sure what happens in a tie. Let me have a look. Company with more money. So it's a tie, and you can see it's worth free what's that, free money, and that's at the end of the game. You can't take that money straight away. Sort of adds to the end, and it goes to your it goes to yourself as the player. Okay, so it goes to the player, and it's a draw, so the company most money is red, so that goes to the red player. Ace, that's free money towards the end game. Scoring. Next we do the maintenance of cargo. So we move all these dice across, that's literally it, ready for the next one, and we re-roll all these dice, and there should be 10 for the bottom and 2 for the top, and you'd literally just plonk them on again. And I'm not going to spend time doing that, but basically you put all those down and you see how the next round sets up. So that is pretty much one round, and hopefully that's given you a really good insight into sort of things you're looking out for and how this works at the top as well here. That goes back to there, which would have come back in here. These would have replenished as well, so there'd be a new 4 there. And yep, so how does the game end then? So after 3 rounds, you're literally going to count your personal supply. So the players are going to count all your personal money. So you've got your own funds you've acquired throughout the game from dividends and completing. Anyway, the meeple is basically getting these cards here if you didn't want the cards, and getting, where else was there? Money from these military ship movements as well. You're then going to get your best 2 financial advisor cards. So you might have acquired 3 or 4. You're going to choose the best 2 for yourself. Oh, I actually forgot that red had this card to play. Completely forgot about that. So they would have got half. I think it was 3 they paid. So it would have been whatever it was, rounded up or down. Didn't make that much difference. So you get your 2 financial cards. You then players sell all their shares. So you'd sell these shares based on the current value there, and that goes into your own fund. And you would then pay back all your loans, which I've shown you already. These ones here, you pay the 15. And that is it. The player with the most money is the winner, and any remaining company money in here is ignored when determining the victory, unless you have this card and you paid your final dividend as a company, which is nice. And that is literally it, folks. So it looks like there's a lot going on, and there kind of is, but once you get the hang of the flow of the timings in this game, and you saw that I kind of went heavy on cargo and getting them on the ships, and I was in a real race then to move those ships through. But then equally, if you don't put enough on, then you're not really going to get the points for your company, which you kind of want, because your company needs money, because it puts you as an individual investor at risk if you don't. Because if other people are buying shares, and that's kind of their motive, is just what most of the game is about, then your company, if not managing it and looking after it well, the money's coming out of your personal supply, it's hindering your chance of victory. And so that's really crucial. So timing how these ships come through, because that's where you're going to get paid here based on the pips. And I like how once the ships go through, they kind of funnel back into this area, and then it's whoever sort of gets them going in the direction they want, which is a bit of competition over these contracts and which cargo you've got that's going to go to certain parts of the world. And just the dice selection is just really amazing in this game. You know which dice you're going to go for, or you're going to pay the cost to do that. And I like how you move these ships around and you're pushing people for free. So a lot of juicy things to think about there. And that's it, folks. That is a run through of Panamax. Hopefully that's been of use to you guys.